Welcome to SATO48 The TV Show. SATO48 stands for Springfield and the Ozarks 48-Hour Film Challenge, where teams of filmmakers have 48 hours, just 2 days, to make a 5-minute movie. The twist? They don't know what that movie has to be about until it's revealed to them in the form of an inspiration package! Today on SATO48 The TV Show, we meet director Joe Blackerby and producer Mark Rys from Murder Rock Studios. 2025 is their 10th year working together with a string of enviable successes and outstanding production values. For their film noir period piece, Shadows of Grey, they constructed an entire 1940s set, and their film Within has one of the best jump scares you'll ever experience. They've also stumbled. We'll hear about all this later in the show. For now, get ready for More Trouble, their delightful comedy which takes dating etiquette to a whole new level.
Ariel, hi! Oh, hi, you must be Ariel's father.
I'm Mr. Moore.
Come on in, Will. I'm V.
I'm almost ready. Mom, will you help me really quick?
Sure. Do you think it's a good idea to leave your first date alone with?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Will. Is that, short for William?
Willard, actually.
Can you help me for a minute?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Willard. So, you want to date my daughter?
Yes, sir.
Not cool. Not cool. Ariel is special. She's my baby girl. She's my only baby girl.
Doesn't she have a sister, though?
Damn, son. You really want to go poking the bear right now?
What is this?
Multitasking. You see, Willard, what is that alluring scent? It smells expensive. But that brings the girls a running.
I wouldn't know, sir.
Now that is a smart answer. Good use of your own noggin. My little girl is my whole world. And you are invading that world. And what do you do when someone invades your world?
I don't know.
Come on! Use that big brain!
You defend it?
Outstanding, Willard! And I will defend...
What are you doing?
I'd like to go to the bathroom, please.
You look mad.
You built a torture chamber in my garage and you shot a loaded gun at a teenager. What were you thinking?
It was a Christmas gift from your brother. I just took it out of the box. I didn't know it was loaded.
Are you trying to ruin this for Ariel? Is this how you want her to remember her first date?
No.
Now you are going to go in there and you are going to do what you do best. Nothing. You are going to say nothing and you are going to do nothing. Nothing. Do you understand me?
Wow. You look really nice.
Now you kids have fun.
Oh, we will. Don't worry.
Bye, Daddy. Bye, Daddy.
Val gave up on you.
You know I'm worth waiting for. Hold on. As promised.
He looks dangerous. I want one.
Get in line.
Well, aren't you just the lucky little bitch?
Don't wait up.
Hey, see if he has a brother.
Why don't we just skip to the part where we go back to my place?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
So, still think I was overreacting?
Shut up. Keep the car running. This won't take long.
Welcome back. More Trouble. I'm here with writer-director Joe Blackerby. What a great film. So funny, fantastic ending. How did you come up with the story, this father that goes berserk?
At the time, I was going through it, and so was Mark. We both have teenage daughters, and both were dealing with new boyfriends. One day, Mark just brought up, it's like, why don't we do something about that? Because we were both incredibly frustrated with how our daughters were dealing with boys and how dads, were feeling about it.
So were they having sex with the boys?
Absolutely not.
Oh, you sure?
No.
No, there you go. You see, there's the
Which is the point of the movie.
Excellent point. Hold that thought. We will be right back after this message. Don't go away. I mean it. Don't go away.
SATO's the best. We love SATO.
And then the twist ending, where that's not the real boyfriend. How did that come about?
That came about, I think, just talking on the set and wanting to come up with a twist ending that no one could see coming.
Now, you told me somebody said, what if it's not the real boyfriend?
Yeah, exactly. And then somebody said,
like the gay cover or something.
Yeah, somebody said, well, what if the dad's right?
Yeah, oh, interesting.
And so it all sprung out of that. So that's when we came up with the idea to make the boyfriend her gay friend who was actually covering for her to go see the bad boy.
That's a great line where he goes, see if he has a brother. It's so funny. It's really, and it just, that all just clicks then. And that to me is great writing, when one line unlocks all that you believed to be true, and in an honest way, not in a way that pulls the rug out from underneath the viewer, but something you go, oh, well, that's, okay, I was led to believe that, just as the characters in the story were led to believe that. So this bad boy character, do you have his phone number?
I do not. He's unfortunately married now.
Ding, ding, ding. Anyway, throw a pencil. Another nice thing about this twist is that it reflects back on the mom, right? She's now the one with the bat. She's the one who's going to bring retribution.
That was the first time we attempted what our own version of a post-credit scene, where at the end of it, you realize that the dad was absolutely right, and the daughter is out of control, and the mom's about to put her back in her place. Now,
More Trouble did pretty well from an awards point of view, didn't it?
It did. It got our team its first win, and it got our lead actor, Mickey Stone, his first win. And we were so proud of him.
As a lead performance?
Yes, as a lead performance in that movie.
Now, you work with Mickey a lot, and Terry. Why? Apart from the fact that they're talented.
We work with them,
because I'm talented too, but nobody wants to work with me more than once. But you go on with your story.
One of my big rules on set is not to have tension. To keep it fun, keep it light, keep it moving. When people are in good moods, and they work harder because they want to be there, they want to get through it. When there's tension on set, especially with a voluntary contest, they can essentially walk out at any time. So we just don't want to give them any reason to. And we want everybody to have fun. It's a long, hard weekend, but at the end of the day, everybody's having fun.
And they might see their film on the big screen.
Yes.
And might win awards and stand on stage and have a statuette and get to shake my hand, which comes up often as a reason people participate in SATO48.
We were absolutely proud of Mickey to have him win that award. And then a few years later, Terry won hers. So that was a big moment for us. We're so proud of them.
Now, last year, was exactly the opposite of more trouble. I
Exactly.
mean, in a way, you had more trouble.
We had lots of trouble.
Lots of trouble, all kinds of trouble. In
Yes.
fact, you were not only late, but you didn't have anything to turn in.
We had our first half of the day, but all the critical things, especially to fulfill the inspiration package, our SD card corrupted and we lost 60% of what we had shot in the back half of the day.
It wasn't supposed to happen. It was a mistake.
Well, how do you guard against that? Because again, this would be a great tip and trick moment for a filmmaker who doesn't want this to happen to them. What could you have, should you have done differently?
Well, in the case of the card, there's really not much you can do to prevent its corruption. However, what we should have done was dump the footage before we had sent all the actors home, so that when inevitably the card did fail, the actors would have still been there and we could have reshot what we needed.
But they'd all gone their separate ways.
We had all released them to go home. It was 3 a.m. and everybody was exhausted. The one thing I told the actors, who were understandably disappointed, was that we'd have them back the next day to finish out the movie, and one way or another it would get released.
Let's do a little play acting right now. You call me and tell me that the film is not going to be finished.
Okay, Jeff.
Yep.
Here's Mark. He
Hi,
has something
Joe.
to tell you.
I'm so glad you called. Oh, I see. Mark's going to tell me. Mark is Joe's partner. We're going to meet him a little bit later. But for the moment, so I would say, oh, well, what'd you do wrong?
Well, we happened to lose 60% of our footage when we were transferring it from the SD card.
Was it any of my footage?
It was all of it.
All of my footage. Gotcha.
Doesn't matter now.
It matters to me.
The hardest part of making those phone calls was convincing them that I wasn't joking.
Oh.
That because
What'd you call
normally
them,
I'm
April
playing
Fool's Day?
around
Oh.
and they know my personality, and that was the hardest part, was convincing them that it wasn't a joke, that it was real.
And not just your personality, but the level of professionalism that you've shown the previous 9 years, and then they come on board because of that, and then you just tank.
Yeah, and it was
Joe,
devastating.
I'm surprised you're still in the industry, honestly.
Yeah, I know.
But you are, and you turned in a film this year.
We did.
A very, very successful film, and we're going to learn more about that and meet your partner, Mark Rys, who is he's really the talented
He's
one.
the talent.
He's the talent. Thank you for watching SATO48 The TV Show. We'll be right back with Mark Rys and more of Joe Blackerby. So Joe, you have a partner.
I do.
And he's not here tonight, which is too bad. But if he were, how would you describe him?
Mark is one of the most obsessive people I've ever met when it comes to his hobbies.
Yes.
And one of the things I love about him is that when he wants to figure something out, like when he got interested in camera work, he will be relentless until he knows everything about that camera.
Would you call him a jerk?
Sometimes.
Ha!
Yeah.
He's here!
Yes.
Mark Rys, come on in. This is your supposed partner. Mark Rys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
This is your supposed partner, and he just called you a jerk.
What were you saying?
No.
Nothing.
He's lying.
Nothing. I'm lying. Now, you two have worked together how many years?
10 years on SATO.
Great. And what was the first film you worked together on?
One we don't speak of very often, called Southern Vice.
Why don't you speak about it?
It just wasn't.
Oh! You hit me in my baby!
We weren't at our best. We were starting out. We were finding our footing. And
Well, what's bad about it?
Mostly the camera work.
Okay.
I was still pretty novice. on directing it. Now, granted, it is funny. It is incredibly stupid, but it's funny.
The sound was good.
The sound was great. Yes, the sound.
Did you have anything to do with the sound?
That was my first year doing sound.
One of the two things people notice about movies that make them feel amateur is the lighting and the sound.
Yes.
And either one of those things can absolutely kill your film.
First of all, bad images don't hurt your eyes, but bad sound literally hurts your ears.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. You can have the best image ever, and if you have bad sound,
Yeah.
people will want to walk out.
Why do a second film together?
We just enjoyed the process, I think.
What's really funny is after shooting Southern Vice, I remember thinking that was the best film in the whole competition.
And I totally just mentally impregnated you.
Damn it, Dale!
It's kind of funny now looking back
That's
at
right.
it.
And your taste hasn't improved much.
No, not at all.
No. Okay. Second film?
Second film was Anthrophobia, which we definitely improved on cinematography and sound.
You cussing at my kid? What? What kind of clown are you? I hate clowns!
Now, I'm a word nerd. That means the fear of clowns, right?
Yes.
Yes. Anthrophobia.
Actually, Anthrophobia was it was a smaller version of fear of people, I think.
Oh, okay. Fear of people who are clowns often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the clown was the main character, and that was the hook of the story, was that it was a clown that was afraid of people instead of people being afraid of a clown.
There you go. Reversal. Great. So this is a 10-year collaboration that has come up with some of the most successful films in SATO history. Honestly, Within comes to mind, Linhart Lane and Shadows of Grey. Let's talk about Within for a moment, which has the best jump scare. Really, it's among the top of that kind of moment in a SATO48 film. How did you come up with this idea?
That was our goal that year for SATO, was to have one good jump scare and a successful one.
Well, you put your energy into it. What did you? How did you? Did you have the sound?
Yeah, I did the dialogue.
Take as long as you need to answer. Go ahead, Joe.
We had a group just talking about how to achieve this one effect of a hand coming out of a picture, and we kind of went from that, looked around, and created a one frame for the hand to come through and a second one with the actual picture in it, and then just matted off around it to create that shot.
It is so effective. And it's effective mainly because we've seen the photograph before, we accept it, everything seems fine. I'm sure the sound and the music doesn't lead up to something that's supposed to be so frightening, and then it is. Then you make, or previously it was Linhart Lane, right? That was before this.
With Linhart Lane was after in 2020.
Oh, it was after. Well, thanks for correcting me.
Sorry.
You did some great ghost effects there and creepy moments. Where did that come from?
That was all Mark.
The effects in Linhart were what we use a projector screen for some of the effects, and then it's always crazy what you can accomplish with a fog machine and some blue lights.
Now, your children were in this film. It scarred them. Protective Services came to the house.
We're through that now.
You're through that now.
Yeah.
That's good. But they will not do another SATO48 film since Linhart Lane.
My daughter has done one other.
Aha. But not MJ.
No.
He likes being behind the scenes now.
Yeah.
Oh, he does?
He's
well,
the
you
new
scared him
sound
into
guy.
it. He's the new sound guy?
He did the sound for our newest film, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Great. We're going to get you to your new film in a moment. The third one I want to talk about is Shadows of Grey. And you built a set with movable walls, and you created a whole film noir moment, not moment, film. And then you had this very cool ending where the main character, Terry Austin, becomes a monster.
Well, we wanted to do it all in a one-take shot where Mickey, as the detective, is on the phone and his back is turned, and the monster appears behind him, but then when he turns around, it's Terry again. So the way we did that, we had his daughter Carmen dressed in the monster gear, and she was in camera, and then once Mickey turned, he blocked the camera enough to have Carmen duck down and Terry stand up. And so when he turned around, Terry was there.
So that's very practical. That wasn't anything.
No CG at all.
No, wow, that's exciting. So this year's film, which you did turn in
yes, we did.
On time.
This year we wanted to have some really kind of beautiful cinematic shots outside, we had access to my in-laws' farm, and so we just decided to create the story around that, and came up with it being kind of a modern Western. We didn't want to mimic, the shows that are out right now, like Yellowstone and things like that.
Yeah, why copy success?
Well, we don't
Great
like to copy,
angle.
but pay tribute.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
So we came up with the story a little bit different than what they had been doing.
We always ask our filmmakers, would you do SATO48 again? Why or why not?
At the end of every SATO48,
I was asking
we say,
Mark.
okay, never mind. I'll just see myself.
No, that's fine.
If you were to ask me before SATO48, I'd say yes. If you were to ask me after the whole process is done, I'd say yes. On Saturday, while we are shooting, I ask myself every time, why did I sign up for this?
Hell no. Okay, that's a great answer. And Joe?
Pretty much at the end of every SATO48 hour, I'll never do this again. But then it's like an addiction. Every year we keep coming back.
You don't have to tell me about addictions.
I'm just going to take your word for that.
Yeah, oh, please do. My sponsor does. Now, someone out there is watching this show and they're thinking, I should do SATO, maybe I shouldn't do SATO48. Am I talented enough? SATO48, we think, is a proving ground for the validity of your dreams. What would you say that's better than that?
I would not be a filmmaker today without SATO48.
Really? That's great. So if somebody wants to do it, they should do it.
They should absolutely do it. Don't worry about what equipment you have. Don't worry about what sound equipment you have. Just do the best you can in the 48 hours. Get the best group of people around you that you can have, and have fun with it.
Just make a film.
At worst, you're going to have a blast.
At worst, you're going to have a blast. That you can put on a t-shirt. Thank you for watching SATO48 The TV Show. Joe Blackerby, Mark Rys, Murder Rock Studios. You've got to see these films. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back next week. Thank you so much for being with us.